Hi, I'm Holly Weber Johnson, and I'm here to present a book called Top Grading, which is leading companies win by hiring, coaching, and keeping the best people. It's written by Bradford Smart in 2005. After many interviews and many years of service, I think you'll enjoy the book. This author is very qualified to write this book. His company, which he owns, named Top Grading, has researched over 4,000 companies and the talent that they've hired and that they've kept and the success that they've made. Dr. Bradford Smart has a PhD in organizational psychology. He's written not only this book, but 4 others on hiring and interviewing. He speaks all over the world, and he has advised people like Jack Welch of GE, as well as companies like Bank of America, John Deere, and many other Fortune 500 companies. The purpose of this book is top grading. And what is that? Top grading is the process of hiring the top 10% of talent in any given pay grade, keeping the A players and letting the C players go. There's compelling statistics in this book from over 4,000 companies, 60,000 jobs, on why you would want to top grade. There's very specific instruction on how to be an A player in your career. And there's very specific tools in the back and the appendices on interview guides that help you select and the how-tos of how to keep them. The target audience of this book, Top Grading, go in 2 directions. The first one is corporations that want to be successful. Corporations interested in hiring the talent and retaining the talent that's the best in the world. The second is an individual, how you guide your career, reviewing and looking at the jobs that you've had and what you want to do and how not to stagnate. He talks about improving performance, how to assess talent, how to coach, and also how to guide careers of others. Not only A players, but people that are B and C players, and what the right thing to do for their careers is. Very compelling, very interesting. The strengths and weaknesses of the book, I think you might be able to guess. The strengths are that there are compelling statistics from thousands of companies, financial statistics, retention statistics. I think the other piece of strength is that it challenges us on how we think about promoting and keeping the best, what we're willing to live with. And the other strength of the book is, again, it offers a very how-to guide. It has the questions. It's not just a suggestion, but very specific and lengthy tools to begin this process of top grading. The downside, I think you might also guess. Top grading can be a morale buster. Some readings say that there are legal lawsuits on top grading and how it's done. That people that are B and C players meeting performance objectives may not need to be disregarded or dismissed. And some say that it's completely impractical. That to interview people for 2.5 hours, that many top players would not stand for that, or that it's not a good use of executive time or management time, and that we're letting good talent go. Did the book achieve the objective? Well, for me, it did, and I hope for you that it might. When you hear a statistic about how much it costs to mishire someone, and we've all experienced that, he gives the statistics that a base salary of less than $100,000 on a mishire, that you lose about 14 times the pay. And when you mishire someone that makes between $100,000 and $250,000, that it can be 28 times pay. He tells us that A players achieve more. They're more innovative. They produce more, considerably more than many of our other players. He reminds us that A players like to work with A players. He reminds us that A players like coaching. C players resist it. And he challenges us with a question. Is it moral to keep people that can't be successful in your company? And is it moral to keep people that may not lead to the success of your company? Is it moral to bring down the morale of A players with B and C players? Would I recommend the book? Yes, I would. I'd recommend it for business leaders. I'd recommend it for people that are ambitious, that like to challenge themselves with ways to think about things. I'd read it because it really does challenge us for the things that we're willing to accept at work, the people that we're willing to hire, and the people that we're willing to keep on that can be discouraging to those that around them. I would recommend the book because I think Top Grading has something that challenges us all to ask ourselves, are we the top 10%? Do we want to be? What would it take to do that? And what kind of organization do those people want to work in? And I'd say they want to work with A players.